Hey, how is everybody? I'm feeling loads better now. Okay. Okay. How's everybody? And before everyone is, yeah, I do look like a clown. Go ahead. Go ahead, get it out of your system. Okay. Okay. My friend Corey commented on a video about 2 weeks ago that I just got the comment on, asking if I could talk about sexual assault and whether it has happened to me or not. It has happened. It may not have been sexual, but being touched and being very uncomfortable with anyone touching me, yeah, that has happened one time when I was little, and a few times growing up. But I'm not naming the people. It'll make it worse on me if I did. Trust me. Apparently, I'm not. You can't be believed that much, and I wouldn't be lying. So, let's just say one member of the family I never have anything to do with again because of my birthday party that one year. So, in a way, yes, I have. I had to hurt my hand in the process of getting away from them. They did these birthday spankings, and I was saying no. Yeah, even that could be assault. Because I never gave in. I said no when I finally got out of the way and then hit my wrist. And it was at a bowling alley. It was where a lot of people were watching. My parents didn't say a word. Let's put it down like that. And from then on, I did not want anything to do with that guy. Nothing. And I still won't. Other than being put in a tombstone pile driver by my nephew, that isn't sexual assault. That's just him toughening me up, I guess. In his side, it's him toughening me out. Trust me. If he would have dropped me on my head, I would have been dead. Sorry for the rhyme, I didn't mean to do it this time. Okay. Next. I know some friends who have been sexually assaulted, and they've told me in confidence, so I will not tell their story. I'm not naming names. But I know this. A lot of them have been through a lot over the years. And some of them's found happiness, and I'm thankful for them. Thankful they have found happiness. They didn't let it get to them either. They were tough. They were survivors. And to me, sexual assault, it's more than just sex. It's more than just rape. You could just touch someone inappropriately without consent. Consent is the biggest thing. it's a big deal with consent. If they're not consenting, that's wrong. And guys get sexually assaulted as well. Let me put that out there. They don't report it as much as women do. But women should be taken seriously. Even if some of the claims are false. I have a friend who's been falsely accused before. And he didn't do it. And he didn't. He was just an over-friendly preacher, to be honest. And the court threw it out of court because she didn't have evidence. You don't have tangible evidence, and over-friendly hug, to me, that is not sexual assault. Even if a hug is a hug to me. Now, if they grab my ass or my boobs while they're hugging me, that's sexual assault. And that's without your permission. So just a hug with the hands on the back, not on the ass, not on the chest area. Then it's just a simple hug. Let's try this. Okay. This is a light video, so excuse me for it. And I'm glad to do it again because now I'm in the right frame of mind. Okay, now let's stick to the subject, sexual assault. How many is... I hope the people that's went through this knows that I'm here. I'm going to listen. And those who do it just to... I know for a fact that I know all women can't be trusted. I know all men can't be trusted. But they are good women and good men out there. And there's non-binary people. Third, I will include everyone. LGBTQ as well. Yeah. Because I'm your ally. I really am. Let's take it for instance. If a woman just goes up and grabs a guy's ass like a woman did on a baseball field, that's sexual assault. And that woman should have gotten in trouble for that one. Anything without consent can be sexual assault, which to me, a hug should not be included as a sexual assault. But then again, there's people who don't like to be hugged. That's okay. In all fairness, make sure the person likes for you to give them hugs. Ask. That's the big point here. Just ask. Like, if a woman doesn't want you to kiss her, or a man, or whatnot, ask before you do it. Because if you do it and they feel like you're forcing yourself on them, you can get in trouble for that one. The thing is, you don't know anymore. To me, a fine line, just to be safe, is to ask ahead of time. I know it's silly, I know it is, but you cannot be more careful nowadays. And it's good to respect a person's boundaries at times. Yeah, I do look like a clown, don't I? Yeah, I'm dressed that way too. I'm covered. So, sexual assault. It can really damage a person's psychological or slash mental, and it really breaks a person down. It really does. Even though I hate the saying, kids will be kids when they're teenagers. No, they're not kids anymore. They're teens. They know what's right and what's wrong. They just don't want to follow the rules at that time, okay? They know what's right and wrong. And they know for a fact rape is wrong. And maybe more educational as to the side effects. Watch Ma. I recommend it if you want to find out some of that stuff can happen in Ma. For real, if you mess with the wrong person and their mental breakdown, that's scary as hell of what can happen. Find a good person, hold on to that person. But what Ma went through in that movie, if you haven't seen it, I'll try to not spoil it, but people should have seen it by now. I mean, let's put it this way, basically bullied, but when you find the real, how she was bullied, you will understand why some of the things she did. I mean, you can, even though I don't like anything she did, you can actually understand her point of view. That's why I love this movie. You can understand why she did what she did. Wrong way to handle things, and some of us probably feel like doing that. I'm being honest, so honest and upfront. I wouldn't. I haven't. Trust me, I have not, because I don't want to go to jail for one, and I don't want to burn up either. Burn in hell for that. No, that's probably the worst face to have. I'm probably not no angel either, so let's go at it. Well, yeah, what she went through was basically sexual assault as well. You'll see it. If you watch the movie, you'll see it. And you'll see the side effects, what it could do. And it's terrible and horrifying. And heartbreaking. Because later on, they always mentioned, oh, we were just kids. And so was she. And that's why we need a discussion with sexual assault. Don't use that term, kids will be kids, boys will be boys, or girls will be girls. There's no fucking excuse for it. Especially now. If you want to respect it, just ask. And it's not hard to, if you're the right person, it's not hard to find someone who will consent to you. And when they're drunk, that's a no. Don't take advantage of someone who's drunk. They're not in the right mind to make any decisions, especially when they're passed out. A no, when they don't answer, that's a no. Put it to there. If they never say yes, it's a no. And no means no. Got it? You better. Let's do this. No, I know when I had that little incident, I don't remember how old I was. But birthday spankings, I think those need to be taken away. I don't think anyone should be doing those, to be honest. And especially by someone just, well, no adult should be giving a kid birthday spankings. If you weren't disciplined, there's other ways, but I did not deserve this discipline. Spanking's actually a form of discipline I grew up around. My parents never used it. All they did was threaten me. And I've been told one time that I wish I never adopted you. I remember that. I remember all those negative stuff growing up. I remember it. Trauma never goes away. You can learn to live with it, but it never goes away. You always remember it. Always. And that day, I remember rolling away from him and hitting my head on the seat at the bowling alley, right in front of the scoreboard where you input your names and stuff into the computer. There. I wish someone stood up for me. I didn't have anyone to stand up for me. So I learned how to probably be hostile on my own. So if I grew up a little hostile and I lash out, I am so sorry. If I lash out at the wrong people, I am so sorry. Believe me. It's a self-defense mechanism. I can guarantee you that. Self-preservation. I can guarantee you that's what it is. It's not fun. Being put in that position with a family member. Not fun. Especially in a world that don't believe women. I didn't name names. But that did happen. I remember it. And victims remember it very, very well. They won't forget it. Never. That's how you know it's the truth. But when they lie, you You know when a person's lying. When they don't get emotional and feels like it's rehearsed and you have holes in the story. That's when you can tell they're lying. If their story ends up being lies. And I've had people fair share and lied on me. Not about sexual assault, but one time in high school, this girl lied to the assistant principal. I still remember this because I'm still pissed off by this. Because you can ask everyone that knows me in person. Everyone. I would never threaten to rape anybody. Never. And that's what she told the assistant principal. So yes, women can be liars. The assistant principal knew I wouldn't do it. She told the assistant principal I threatened to rape her and her family. Yeah, that's some high school shit that needs to stop. This is real life people. Stuff like that, lying to get someone else in trouble because, oh, hell, you didn't get your way, that needs to fucking stop. All I did was give her a Christian pamphlet. Harmless. She could have just thrown it away and left it like that. And I would have been happy. But it's the same person that stabbed me in the back, tried to get me in a fight with another girl, and tried to lie on me about gossiping about that girl when she did all the gossiping. Good thing I saved the emails. I copied both mine and hers, printed it off. This is where tangible evidence comes into play. Tangible evidence. And I proved her ass wrong. And I still have not forgave her for this day. I haven't forgotten it, but I won't have nothing to do with it because I know the type of person she is for doing that. Some people like that, you don't need that in your life. This is why I say women can be liars too. I've experienced it. I've dealt with it. And I'm a woman. Level head. The ending of that first part, my mom walked into the room, so I'm posting the second part up as well, or add it to it. Let's see how that goes. I haven't added another one to it. Yeah, and that girl eventually moved. I don't know whether it was Oklahoma or Ohio. I think it was Ohio. But that's it. The last 2 years in high school were better. My best year was my freshman year, believe it or not. And no, I haven't been sexually assaulted by any of my friends in high school. It's like someone's watching out for me in high school. I never did get invited to any of the parties. So in a way, I'm kind of glad I wasn't. But the thing is, everyone remembers me because I was good to them. Be good, be kind. People remember that shit. And don't sexual assault anybody. And I will end it right here. So that's all for now.